we're going to ban him, so we're muting his voice. You're not muting his voice. There's a cult of people who will speak on his behalf and will be his talking head, who have been doing that. So that's essentially what I'm saying. I mean, it's great after the fact that after the fact, Facebook could have been banned the president.
Yeah.
Right. They could have been done that. It's your prerogative. Right. But
so this is a clip. And David, I mean, do what you can as far as switchboard. We'll keep it going, but we're still recording on our end, and I want to make sure we get this out to all the podcast listeners. We have a clip of a Facebook official who is discussing why they did the ban, and they were concerned about violence and all this kind of stuff. But when you think about it in context of what you just said, Rebecca, they should have done this a long time ago. Let's take a listen to that clip.
You've got very clear rules. They're called community standards. Everyone can go online to see them. And one of the brightest of those red lines, as you just implied, is that you cannot, it doesn't matter who you are. You can be the Pope, the Queen of England, the President of the United States. You cannot use our services, and I hope most people would think this is reasonable, to aid, abet, foment, or praise acts of violence. And that I hope most people would agree is something that we just don't want on social media. Look, the vast majority of content on Facebook is innocent content. It's barbecues, bar mitzvahs, babies. Only about 6% of total content actually is related to politics. So the vast majority of reasons that people come on to Facebook is for good, positive, playful reasons, their kids, their families, their friends, or to run a local business and reach local customers and so on. And so I think it's right that we should be expected to take action where people, in hopefully on the whole rare cases, use our apps and services in a way which could lead to real world imminent harm.
Real world imminent harm. Folks, 400,000 people were dead by the time Donald Trump got out of office. Wasn't that enough? Apparently not. Because now, what did they do? As soon as Donald Trump stopped making the money, right? As soon as because he still made the money, but by the election, Facebook had made all their money. MSNBC had got all their money. All these people who made all this money off of Donald Trump, y'all got paid. But at the end of the day, there was a real tangible material cost. And we're talking about 400,000 people by the time Donald Trump left office. So what good is all this now? And especially when you're saying, Rebecca, his message getting out anyway.
It's going to continuously come out anyway. I don't, as I'm just getting darker and darker because my lighting is coming off. But no, I just okay. They banned him. Okay. That's how I feel about it. Okay, they banned Donald Trump, but that man is still gonna be out here. He's one of the most. Mean nothing. He's one of the most soldierous soldiers.
That man mean his. That man, James. You ever met somebody as committed as Donald Trump? That man committed to his life.
With two people and say that it was 1 million folks, and the people that were not there who support him, which is millions of people, will be like, yes, it was 1 million people out there because Donald Trump said it, even though we didn't see it. We support that man. And you know what we're going to do because Facebook banned Donald Trump? We're either going to drop Facebook or we're going to hijack Facebook, and we're going to take over, and we're going to be posting our American flags, our MAGA everywhere. We're going to be posting in our pickup trucks outside with our guns. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing.
Oh, don't say pickup truck. You cannot say pickup truck.
They're going to create a Facebook group, a hate group on Facebook against Facebook.
Yeah, you know that's exactly what's going to happen.
Trump supporters against Facebook. Come and sign up for the Facebook group.
On Facebook.
And then Facebook dumbass going to run a promotion of it because this group that hates us might you might want to join this group. It's that algorithm, man. The algorithm make you do some hell of a things.
It really does. It really does. And but I love that point, Bubba. These people are gonna get on Facebook, create a hate group on Facebook about Facebook in the name of Donald Trump. Because they all dumb. That's so stupid.
Who's dumb though? Who We're gonna get on his face. Hey, can you imagine? Can you imagine one of these Trump supporters?
Like, Bubba, how do I get on here and do that thing? They said get on Facebook and start just. They said that if we get on Facebook and we tell them that we don't want them to ban Donald Trump, but Bubba, how do I run it? How do I do
technology?
You know I'm a moderator, Rebecca, so I can let you in. I'm gonna send you a group invite. I sent like 5,000.
Can I be an admin too? I heard that I could be an admin. How can I be an admin?
I got you, Rebecca. You're my lovely lady. Of course, you're gonna be a moderator.
All right now, Bubba. Settle down now. It is a morning show.
So, Rebecca, how y'all gonna use Facebook to fight Facebook? How you gonna roll up on their turf and say we're gonna take over your turf with your turf? How does that work?
It's easy. We're colonizers. It's in our blood. That's how we do it. We colonize on your own land about something that you created, and we take it over. And then what we say, we fight you for it. It's ours, right?
Why not use their own weapon against them?
That's all.
Use Facebook against Facebook.
I love it. And that's why he's teaching me how to sign on. And I'm excited about it because this is going to be what they said. This is going to make America great again. It's going to be a MAGA mental moment, and I'm all for it. I said something there. I said MAGA mental. That's a tag right there, right, Bubba?
MAGA mental.
Somebody get that. Somebody get
MAGA mental.
Somebody would get that website. You got to donate it to us, though. Get the website, send it to us. Man,
my friend Candace Owens is also going to be a moderator of the book. I love that Candace Owens.
You know,
exactly. She's going to get the colored people. I mean, the black people in the group for us.
And then I feel like if I meet her, maybe I can like put my hand on her hair or something. I always want to touch her hair.
If you want to touch it, it might cut your hand, but it might want to put some grease in there first.
Hair now. They have greasy hair. I know.
I want to introduce you all to the colonizers, Bubba and Rebecca. That's the name of this segment. Colonizers.
And two for colonizers. 1, 2 in front.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, I got it. It's even better. You got the Rebecca colonizers, and then you got the British colonizers, because you two do a pretty good British accent too. I mean, if we're going to talk about colonizing, we're going to talk about the real colonizers.
And speaking of colonizers, though, this is a very interesting thing that happened over the weekend. Meghan Markle. And we're talking about British colonizers. Meghan Markle had her child with her husband, Prince. Which prince is he?
William, right?
The redhead, Harry.
Yeah.
Harry, okay.
Yeah, okay. Prince Harry. They had their baby, and they named the baby.
Oh Lord, what they named the baby?
Oh,
they named that baby Lil Bet. So, I kid you not, they named the baby Lil Bit. And everybody said,
wait, Lil Bit?
Lil Bit. Lilibet.
Spell it for me, please.
Lilibet. Lilibet. So, and here's the thing about that though. The baby's name is Lilibet Diana. And they named it after Harry's mother.
Yeah.
And which is great. I love the Diana part. I don't know why the Diana part seems more black to me, even when we know that Diana wasn't black, but we make everything black, right? So I just feel like a little bit social media went crazy about it. They said when the Queen Elizabeth is going to hold that baby and say, well, how black is the baby? Just a little bit. I said, oh God.
Well, you gotta say it in the British accent.
Just a little bit.
No, Bubba.
Maybe a little bit.
Wait. I need we gotta mix and match. We gotta mix and match. Bubba, you gotta ask the Queen. Queen Elizabeth. How black is the baby? Bubba, ask.
Queen Elizabeth, so happy for you and your family, and welcoming your new addition to the family.
Thank you.
We want to know, the baby's name is just absolutely wonderful. But there's another question that everyone has been dying to know. How black is the baby?
Just a little bit. And this is why we really wanted a female to take over. I know the other baby, Archie, whoever that baby is. We don't really know what the baby looks like. But Lilibet, they allowed us look, and Little Bit is not even in her arms. They got because Megan won't let her hold the damn baby. So now they done got a mock baby.
Wait.
Can we see the look? Can we see the baby? Well,
yes, Queen. Can we see the baby? It's the baby awoke.
Well, truthfully, we no more questions.
Well, thank you, Queen.
I really hope that this baby got at least a little kink on in the kitchen, to make the kingdom.
Yeah, you need that strength. Like, why?
You need something about you. They need to shake it up, because even Drake's baby, Adonis, came out really white. Like, I mean, pure white. But Drake was like, we're gonna braid his hair, because at the end of the day, he's 25% black, and I'm gonna make sure that baby is black, and that's just how that was. But no, I think there was a lot of controversy. Yeah, there was a lot of controversy surrounding this baby's birth, and because of all that happened with Meghan Markle, another woman who stepped out of the media and made the decision to step away from royalty life because of her mental health and because of racism. And I think that was a very important thing to note. And I'm happy, because we don't know what could have happened during this pregnancy and when she had this baby and how she would have felt. So I'll
leave that baby alone.
Yeah, leave the baby alone. Leave her alone. Leave Meghan Markle alone. Leave Naomi Osaka alone. Leave everybody who steps away from things that are
y'all can roast her ass.
Yeah, no, the queen. She's open. This open season. Okay, this is open season, sweetie. The queen.
Open season.
I know a lot of people are afraid to.
I want Rebecca to meet the queen.
Look, nah.
Oh God.
We're gonna really love the queen. The queen ain't gonna like us. She ain't gonna like us, but we're gonna think in our minds how a lot of the people who live in these areas where they think that the upper white folks like them, and they don't. They really don't. Like, you're poor, you're piss poor, you ride a pickup truck, you live in a trailer. It means nothing to the queen. You are nothing but a mere street person to the queen. So
even international, internationally, they doing the same thing over there they doing to poor folks over here.
For sure. And congratulations to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And I hope that, like I said, the baby got a little bit of kink in the kitchen. And it's a girl, and her name is Lilibet. They're gonna call her Lily. They gonna call her
Lily. No, so Lilibet. So they say
Lilibet.
Lilibet is a derivative of Elizabeth.
Yes.
Right? So it comes from. So I'm thinking if they say
there's you put an H at the end, Ben. Here you go with that.
Listen. When I call my daughter, that
you
colonial
call her
name, Elizabeth. I say the Beth.
That girl's name is Elizabeth, but Ben be like, Elizabeth. I'm like, okay, we're speaking in the Old English. Give us the King James version.
Hold out, Elizabeth.
The King James English version.
Elizabeth.
I can do the King James. King James, the Bible.
And like Elizabeth.
Write the Bible in a way that benefits my power. Elizabeth.
That's exactly what Ben be doing. I'm like, it's all right.
Make sure everyone knows that Jesus was white.
Yeah, exactly.
King James. That's gonna be my character. I'm the King James version.
Had a kink in the bag. I mean, dang, they just be.
Listen, I just don't understand, like, why people, growing up. Man, these images, we got another story, but I want to say these images of these European images, they get in your head and they got you thinking that you got to have your hair straight, right? And something happened. It's amazing to me that people aspire to weaken that hair. You know what I mean? You're talking about the kink. That's the strength.
You're talking about permanent. Yeah, mentally. Are you saying permanent mentally?
This is my Hotep hour right here.
Yeah, because I'm like, are you saying mentally? They aspire to weaken that hair? Are you saying weaken
that hair?
Because I did, I love me a creamy crack every now and then, but and I also love.
I did too. I used to love it when the sister's hair was like blowing in the wind.
And even if you can keep your hair, because I am not a natural Nazi. If you can keep your hair and it's your real hair, very nice and straight and healthy with the perm, do that. If you can keep your hair nice and conditioned, and it's not, your arms don't hurt combing your natural hair out all the time, do that. Do what works for you. If you want to wear a weave, do that. If you want to wear a clip-in, do that. That's how I feel about it. Because at the end of the day, I am not my hair. Word to Indiari.
Come on now. Come on now.
And also, you are not a natural Nazi.
I'm not. And don't touch my hair. But also, while I say all of that, I still hope that little bat got a kink in the bag.
Which is funny how it's funny how like they're slaying over there. I mean, because anyway, it works. All right, I have a couple of clips here. Let's jump onto this next clip. I'm forgetting which one it was, Dave. All these comments and so this YouTube and subscribe. The first one is let's go to the Tucker. Let's go to the Tucker video. Let's play this and get our reaction to it.
Found out what they're going to be forcing on your daughter.
Well, I know that in kindergarten, they don't call the kids boys and girls, which I don't know why that is. They also don't use gender terminology in the classroom. I know that when they teach the children about Thanksgiving, they ask them what could have been done differently on Thanksgiving, which strikes me as a way to shame children for their American heritage.
Well, of course it is.
Now,
of course it is. It's a way to make them hate the country.
It's for me. You know what it is for me? It's what it says at the bottom. It says her name. I think her name was Nicole or something. Yeah. And then it says concerned parent.
Anti-white training in daughter's kindergarten class.
Nicole Solis, concerned parent. She has that I've been in the house too long hair. Like, and I don't have no job. My husband takes care of everything. And I might be wrong, but that's what she's giving right now. And they gave her a moment to say something. And she's inside of their den for because they live in a big home or whatever. And she's mad about this, that they didn't say girls and boys. Like, I don't know. First of all, they probably call them kids, or by their names, you know, or
you're talking about the gender part where she's like, oh, they're not calling them. Okay, so what? Big deal.
Okay, so if that's a problem, get your kid at that school, move them to that school. Like, do what works for you. This is what my thing is. Do what works for you. Don't come on television and make it such an issue that it's not. They didn't hurt your kid. They didn't harm your kid, and your kid is still in that damn school. But it's the damn concerned parent for me. Is that a thing? Is that a job title?
Oh my
concerned parent.
What I'm laughing at, I'm sorry, is that Savage Sweetheart say she got a strong jaw. This jaw was strong. If y'all look at her face, like,
why white supremacist? I don't know if she's a white supremacist, but something tells me she falls into that sway. So why do they all got the same features? She got like the square
there's
jaw.
Different types. So there's different types of the white women, like in that. She is still one of the ones that call for the manager, but she got two kids next to her, right? She got two kids next to her right there, and she makes a whole scene. She's that one, and she's the one. You don't see how they brush that hair to the back and leave that piece on the side.
Rebecca.
I do it with my weave too, but I'm just saying, like, that is like the utmost. That's the hairstyle. Mine curl up on the side, but they leave that thing like long and nice on the side. They get their hairs blown out. She probably got a little Italian in her, but doesn't want to really, like, she only uses that when it needs be. Like, she has to only right now on air. She ain't gonna, her name is Solas and her last name is Solas. So I would Solas or whatever it is. But my thing is Tucker Carlson brings anybody, Fox brings anybody on the show.
Yes, Fox.
It's like us who, worked local news at one point. And what we used to do was hurry up. And if we needed a shot, if we needed something quick, we will find anybody. Like, best friend, you available? Pull up and act like you was walking across the street. We got to talk about this damn chicken across the street. Come in and walk out with this chicken plate and give me something. So that's exactly what they're giving. But you have a network where you actually can get people who are experts on something, at least something from the school. Let's talk to the school. Why are you guys not calling the kids, girls and boys, and let them have this conversation, and it'll be a true conversation. I get the concerned parent thing, but they brought it on like it was such an expertise conversation.
Right.
That's what killed me. At least they could have gave her job position or what she does, and she happens to be a concerned parent, but they didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn about that.
She's a white woman.
Yeah.
She don't need no other qualifications, man. She's a white woman. Here is Lily White. I don't know what her name was, but her first name's Lily, last name White. Lily White.
I remember because I was trying to see. Is there any
And here she is now being put in front of, I mean, hell, we could pull somebody out of the audience and bring them up on the screen, and it would be the same thing as what Tucker Carlson did.
Yeah.
Except I bet ours would be a whole lot. I believe I could randomly pick up any person in our audience, and they're going to be far more informed than Lily was on that clip we just watched.
He does not want to call her Nicole.
Lily White.
Who was Lily White?
That's like, the names, the pseudonyms.
Oh, because I'm like, so now we talking about Lilibet again? Because I was like, don't
Lil White. I mean,
Lily, because that's what they're gonna call her too. Lily. See, right there.
I mean,
they're gonna call her Lily.
Because there can only be so many Karens. We need a substitute. So we got Karen and we got Lily. Lily White.
Somebody just said something about Sally. Soccer mom Sally.
Soccer mom Sally.
She gives soccer mom. She's the one with the 2 kids.
Yeah.
She's the one that runs over the curves. Like,
I know, but she got that.
She got the whole van.
She got too much money. Like she's a well-to-do. Look at the background. The background.
Yeah. Look at us judging folks, but that's how we got to do it because they do us like that too. So as we pick her apart,
she got a little money.
Y'all know that's not her stuff. That's her husband shit back there.
That's her husband's.
Her husband stuff.
Oh, okay. So
she's
her
Susie
husband
Homemaker.
got money.
Yeah, her husband. She's Susie Homemaker. She's homemaker. She stay at home with the kids all day.
Homemaker.
So that's why
she's in the group chat. She's in the Talking Mom group chat right now saying, "Oh my God, are you guys watching to see if we are on?" Right now. There we go. There we go right there. Did you see me? Did you see what I said?
It was on Tucker Carlson.
Oh my God. So now I'm going to start a Pinterest.
Carlson is such a nice guy.
I'm on Instagram now, and I'm getting so much love from the Trumpians. MAGA for life. That's exactly. And now she's on TikTok. And now she's getting retweeted like nobody's business because she was on Tucker Carlson as a concerned parent. Everybody decided to follow her. They made her a celebrity, and now boom.
What are your qualifications, Lily White? It's gonna be like, that's all she had to do. Rebecca, you just read this lady.
I didn't want to, but I needed to. We have like that's
who she is. Yeah.
It's nothingness every time y'all put Tucker Carlson
with that reinforcement that you talked about. Like she got a whole reward structure. She's famous now. She went on there and did, if you do the job of white supremacy, it could give you fame. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at this.
No, you see, Tiger said, y'all laughing now, but she gonna run for office.
Dead ass.
It's right. That's a word. I almost got up and shouted right there because that is true. And that is exactly what happens. Go ahead, Ben, I apologize.
No, they got it. They're famous. She's gonna be famous now, and then she's gonna come back, and she's gonna be famous in her little neighborhood. She's gonna play that clip every time they get everybody. So, you want to see the clip of me on Tucker Carlson?
Oh no! At the front, they have it on. They have a banner already on the front where she lives, and they pasted that banner. They said, "Congratulations to Nicole," or no, her name is Lily White. You said congratulations to Lily. She was just on Tucker Carlson. Tune in and catch it if you can. That's already. You know how they put those banners in the intro of the neighborhood.
And the pastor gonna bring it up in the sermon on Sunday.
Yes.
Congratulations to Lily White for being on Tucker Carlson, who's just a fine man. We have our own celebrity in the church.
Yep.
And wait, is it a Southern Baptist church?
It's not a Southern Baptist
church, or is it a non-denominational church?
No, it's a non-denominational right here. Oh, I'm about to say where I live, but right here down the street where they're like, and we want to just give a quick shout out or a hallelujah.
No, you gotta help set the setting. You gotta sing a song. How they sing this? What kind of songs they sing at that church, Rebecca?
Okay. This little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it
shine. You know what? No,
they're singing. Let me see. Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. And they smile. They smile when they sing.
I'm sorry.
I took
it to the Baptist church. I'm sorry. Because you're doing it right.
So you want me to take it back to the Baptist church?
No. I messed you up because you singing it like
because they smile like this. Because I was once on the praise team for those churches. So they're like, all together lovely, all together worthy. All together wonderful to me.
And then they go out and vote for Donald Trump.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns.
That's how they say it. If they don't care what
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns.
They sing, yep.
He reigns.
From heaven above with praise.
So when they get done with all,
they be having dramatic pauses in
Dramatic.
the music. From heaven above.
y'all are hilarious, man. What is wrong with y'all two?
Power and love of God is in us.
I'm steady trying to pull this together.
Yeah. Shout out to God though. He is awesome. But anywho, they be really that.
Man. So what do they sound? What do they sing like? But this lady that we talk about, right?
Now we just picked apart for no reason.
They have celebrated her. She got a banner at her house because she's a star on her neighborhood. She's a star on Instagram now. She had her moment on Tucker Carlson, and then they got the shout out at church. The pastor, they sang, and I mean, they got the Holy Ghost. Remember that? Where's that clip of the man who was kicking the preacher who was kicking over COVID? Remember that? That preacher was kicking over COVID.
We remember when I'm about to say Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi. We remember when old girl was calling down African angels, right? We remember
Paula White supremacist.
Paula White. I said Nancy Pelosi. But then we remember when they were literally out here just saying that women should be dressing more like Donald Trump's wife, Melania. So, these are those churches.
You called her Melania.
These are those churches. So.
Rebecca said we don't want to dress like no ammonia, mimosa.
Didn't you call what's her name? Ammonia? Mamika.
Girl, listen.
Lindo.
That's my sister's name.
Oh man.
No, those churches will literally add into their program. So they're gonna add that the fact that she was on Tucker Carlson, and like you said, Bubba, they're gonna say Tucker is such a fine guy. Continue to watch him.
Tucker.
Listen,
yeah.
My church that I went to, that I no longer go to that particular location because of what happened. When 2016 happened, I was in church and I was sitting there when he was elected. And they were like, God is going to do what needs to be done, right? And I thought in the sense of, even if Trump won, the message, something is going to happen where the message is going to come out and people are going to see why they need to do better in choosing, right? So something is going to come of this, what we need to do, how things are going to be shaken around, we're going to get stronger. No, they were saying, if Trump is chosen, it's going to be for the betterment of. I said, let me go ahead and pack up. Because y'all not going to keep bothering me in here. I'm out, and I was ready to go. Because I said, you will not. And this is why I say, and the church is literally predominantly black.
And with white overlords.
But the white pastor, okay? The white pastor, right? Had the nerve to say that in a room full of us and didn't understand that, you have mad Africans in this room right now, and you benefit off of that. And you call your church multicultural because of that. And you're the main pastor and you benefit off of being white. You benefit off of being white. And Donald Trump being president ain't going to affect you the same way it's going to affect us. So have more empathy. Have more compassion for the folks who build your church, for the folks who fill this room up every Sunday, instead of telling us to deal with it. And God, made sure, no, let's change the narrative when we say that. So when I went to the next campus that they opened up where the black man was the head, there was something playing on because we had to watch something and they had to play it, and it had something to do with politics that he mentioned. And it was coming from the head of the church, the whole thing, which is his white pastor. And the black pastor stopped it and was like, listen, over here, we don't got nothing to do with that. And I understand that's my boss, but let's change the narrative over here. I understand each and every one of you have a certain concern and certain issue, and let's have the conversation.
Yeah.
I said, okay, Black pastor.
Did he get
This
fired?
is what I'm talking about right here. It always got to be the Black pastor or the Black person in the room or whatever to actually make us comfortable. And it was a mix of white and Black folks in the room as well. So we had the conversation. It was uncomfortable. It was tough, but we had the conversation. And that's what I want every leader to be like.
Well,
But in these rooms, in these places where the soccer mom that just was on Tucker Carlson they're never gonna show that compassion. They're never gonna show the understanding of what others go through in the church. They're always gonna speak from one place, and they don't know how that hurts the other folks in your church. And they're only gonna speak from that one place, and that's gonna be Tucker Carlson is a fine guy. And what you did was the Lord's work when you got up on air and you discussed the gender situation, because that's so much of a bigger deal than us discussing how Black folks in this country are being gunned down.
My God, what a word!
Sorry, because y'all done got me off on a tangent this morning. I didn't, I didn't come to that.
So that's my new job. It's just we gotta let the people got stuff to say, and it's not just it's a lot of us. There's a lot of us who have something to say if we could just create space for people to say it, and. Because you really just diagnosed the entire problem through the entirety of the Black experience, the church experience, how it then overlaps and spills over into the political world. And then now they got a reward system. You even went through the reward system that they have for negative things. They have a reward system that rewards them for bad behavior over there. They're famous. She's famous now because she went on Tucker Carlson and she's getting all the bad. So who's going to tell them that they're wrong? How can we convince them that they're wrong when their entire life has been rewarded by this system that destroys us?
Yeah. They're not going to. They told us to look at them and just see them. That's what kills me. They can get on and talk about all their issues, and we have to see them and accept them for where they are and what they're doing. When it's us and we're talking about our issues, they will never. It's all like you didn't comply. If you would have just stood back and allowed them to do what they needed to do, if you just would have never talked back, you know what I mean? If you would have gotten off of food stamps, maybe they would have took you differently. If you would have wore something different, maybe you would have got more respect. If you would have not gotten that abortion, maybe you would have been blessed differently. These are the things that they talk about. These are the things that they put out there for us. And then this is my problem, right? But when white folks go out there and say nothing, they get praised for it. They get checks for it. They literally get TikToks that never get banned, that never get pulled down. So yeah,
you in my life right now. I was gonna jump off there of the white lady who went on Jimmy Fallon for that little raggedy dance routine that she stole from TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, none.
And she had to. But when she was called out for it, right? When she was called out for it, then she recalled and she was like, "Well, I reached out to everyone." This is the diversity and inclusion conversation. I would love diversity and inclusion if it was diverse with people of color. I don't want no white folks in diversity and inclusion. If it was for me, if it was diverse of people of color to be at the front of the conversation and for the white folks to listen.
Because what they get, diversity and inclusion, just like bipartisanship, is a tool to further whiteness.
And that's it. But I say that to say, literally, there is no everything that is created, the damn filibuster. Look, as I have my hands on my hips like a Haitian, the damn filibuster, the bipartisanship, these 15 minutes of fame for a white person, and our leaders, our Democratic leaders. All of them are put in place, and none of this diversity and inclusion, none of this has assisted us in any way, shape, or form. Everything that has been done had to be done by, and I say this because it's not radical, but it had to be done by a radical. Like, we can't get our content on in the main spaces. We can't have the correct narrative, so we had to create this show. And then, we can't have our voices heard or any laws passed. So the baddest in the game had to go and fail 10 times before they were able to get the seats that they got now. Shouts out to Cori Bush, shouts out
Boltman.
Nina Turner. Shouts out
Nina
to
Turner,
Isaiah.
yeah.
Shouts out to all of them that are doing the work right now, but who have failed, and we're okay with failing. But right now are taking the how, because it's right now it's hot to be Black. It's hot to have a little fire right now. So they're using that to the best of their ability. But then when they step in their positions and they're making things happen, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. And but this is what we need more of. And I want it to be all the time. But unfortunately, it won't be all the time. Right now, us asking for the filibuster to stop is such a
Oh yeah. They equate it to democracy. They literally played. David, go back to that clip from Angus, Senator Angus. And Dingus, I forgot his name. It's in there. So I'm pretty sure it's Angus. And listen to this guy as he struggles with the decision over whether or not he's going to, do away with the filibuster. Take a look.
If the bill had Joe Biden's name on it, we wouldn't even be talking about it, I don't think. I mean, that's sort of where we've gotten. This bill bubbled up. It started with Chuck Schumer and Todd Young, Republican of Indiana, in the Senate gym, and it came up spontaneously, which is the way things are supposed to work, through committees, through regular order, with a lot of amendments. But then on other areas, as you say, it's been pretty well stalled. I think the infrastructure bill is a good test. Because listen, there's not a lot of policy there. This is just numbers.
Right.
It's helping the country, and we ought to be able to find a resolution on that. If we can't, that spells trouble.
So we're out of time, but just to get a yes or no, it sounds like you are not in a place where you are ready to get rid of the filibuster yet. Not in general. I'm very reluctant about it, but if it comes down to voting rights and the rights of Americans to go to the polls and select their leaders versus the filibuster, I'll choose democracy.
It sounds good.
He made that up.
It sounds good. If it's between the filibuster and democracy, then I'm going to choose democracy. But how do you make that equation? How do you make that equivalent?
Isn't ending the filibuster us a step closer to democracy?
Repeat it again for the people in the back. Isn't what, Rebecca?
But isn't the filibuster ending the filibuster? Come on, somebody. This is for the person in the back. I said, isn't ending the filibuster a step closer to democracy? See what they want to do.
I ought to bring out my keyboard for this
what
segment.
The Democrats want to do.
You should, man. You should.
Well, how they trying to fix their mouth and say that keeping the filibuster is saving the people. Keeping the filibuster is for the people. Keeping the filibuster protects the people. But in all reality, keeping the filibuster does nothing for our people. Can I get an amen?
Church said amen.
Amen.
Oh man, I'm gonna hook up. I'm gonna bring a hole behind Hammond organ. I wasn't going to build a studio around this because I'm like, hey, we can just keep doing this from home. But now I need a place to put a Hammond organ just for that segment. Oh man, they are equating the filibuster to democracy itself. And Rebecca, you set up the actual gambit. The real gambit is the fact that the filibuster is an impediment to democracy. So Angus, you cannot equate democracy to something that's taking away from democracy. The filibuster is destroying America.
Yep.
And you are making it equal to America. Joe Manchin, Kirsten Sinema, all of you who are wavering on this, we ain't got time to play with these Republicans ain't playing. They playing for keeps if they playing anything. We at the high stakes table and y'all around here trying to learn how to play poker. Man, come on.
Right.
That's all. And then his dramatic pause while he was when he was asked the question.
Such a hard. I don't.
Do you plan on ending the? Do you want to end the? What is your take on ending the filibuster? And he was just like, "Well, I ain't done that. I ain't doing that."
He's like, what is it? Oh, what's the scene? Wait a minute. Wait. Harlem Nights.
Right.
The champ. When he was trying to figure out, he was trying to say, "I'm ready." He took a pause in between. He was like, He had to keep his calm.
Yeah.
He was jealous because he's like, if I don't calm down right here. This man is really comparing this. He's really taking some laborious pains to decide whether or not he's going to save democracy.
He felt it all.
All of it. He's like, this could get me canceled if I answer this wrong.
He was like, here they go asking me this.
Who's he worried about?
Filibuster question.
Oh, James, who is he worried about getting canceled by? His Republican friends or democracy? People who need democracy. Obviously, it's a Republican friends. He's nothing us.
He's trying to maintain the bipartisanship.
That's the ship right there.
Okay, ain't it?
Reach across America.
Ain't that the ship, girl?
That's that damn ship that went across America and went to go pick up them.
Reach around America.
What are we trying to do here? Folks and brought them over here. That's that damn same ship. Okay,
that's the same ship.
Who going? You want the Native Americans to reach out their hands to Christopher Columbus? That's what we're talking about.
And then you know they want them Native Americans to reach out to Christopher Columbus and be like, you founded this. You are our
you
founder.
Want black people to reach around the aisle and reach over to join hands with some white supremacists?
It's for sure. They want us to look at them like, even though your ancestors just maybe like less than 100 years ago, even though your ancestors were the reason why my ancestors couldn't really do anything until they were like 80. I love you.
Would you come to my church? I would invite you to my church.
Come to my church. We can definitely gather together, pray about it, and you know, there's unity in black and white.
Oh,
yeah,
all right, man.
I love it.
These people are something else. Joe Manchin is Steve Bannon, y'all. He is on the same side as Steve Bannon. Kirsten Sinema is on the same side as Steve Bannon. Anybody who's telling us to join hands with Republicans when they've shown themselves to be fascist, they're on the same side as Steve Bannon. Anybody on the left who's talking about let's just reach across the aisle with some Boogaloo boys, they're on the same side as Steve Bannon. It's from top to bottom. We gotta get these folks out of the paint. We got to get Joe Manchin, Kirsten Sinema out the paint. They got to go. They got to go because and anybody else if it's that difficult for you, Senator Angus, to vote for democracy, then maybe you're in the wrong job.
Yeah.
Right.
Because what else are you up there for? If that's not why we came, then why bother? It's just democracy.
Just helping people is sad. Is not helping people is such a pain. Helping people I don't know. It's so un-American. And they want to proud to be. I need this in the background. And they want to make sure that America is safe. America needs to save democracy, and that means keeping people without health care. That means that keeping the filibuster going so that we do not give rights to black folks. This is very American, and I refuse.
Wait a minute.
To stand by and allow any person to tell me in the filibuster and help.
Listen, wait a minute. Before we get this episode over, I need somebody on one of these platforms to get me a copyright-free version of of Proud to Be an American. And anytime we have that segment, I want y'all to play, literally play David. I want you to play that underneath them.
We done sang this song so many damn times.
No, we might as well do it right.
The moment. That's the feeling. That's what the song gives me.
That's when you get teary-eyed because the troops are down there standing next to the football players and the jets are flying over. The jets are flying over the stadium and
the bluebirds.
The bluebirds, and then they break off. They break off.
It's super American. It's super American.
And your dumb ass is in the stadium tearing up.
Hey, hand on my heart. Hand on my heart for the people that love this country.
Patriotism. For America.
I love that. I love it. I love it so much. I love the red, white, and blue. Every time I come by in my complex and I see on the highest level somebody waving out the flag, I used to really, when I was younger, me being Haitian and me being Haitian American, which is great. I thought, okay, the best of both worlds. And I see the flag. I never really represent the flag, but when I seen it, I was like, okay. But the older I got, the more racist that damn flag became. And that's so sad because of the Black Americans who have family ties here, who only know their American history here. And it sucks because the history that American flag shows is just racism. It doesn't include y'all's cultures in America, like y'all background, y'all history. It doesn't include that. When I see that damn flag, it does not mean Ben's America. It doesn't mean Bubba's America at all. And that's what my problem is with that.
Man.
And when they sing "Proud to be an American," proud to be an American means just proud to be white to me. That's what it means. It doesn't. That's why we have to create some other damn songs for our own selves, you know. So,
you know what song they left us with?
Song full of the we had to go there.
Okay. Oh, now you stirred my spirit. See, they got the false thing over there. That little patriotism that you feel in your spirit when they singing "God Bless America."
Yes.
No, I feel it. Sing
the rising sun of our new day begun. What's the rest of it?
Let us march on.
March on till victory is won.
We
sing the song.
Full of the pain that the dawn.
Sing a song.
Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us.
Facing the rising sun.
Facing
the rising sun
of our new day begun. Let us march on.
Let us march on
till victory.
Till victory.
Hit that note, sis.
Now I felt something in my spirit right there.
I did, bro. Like,
it's a difference. It's a difference. We have pain. We have happiness. We
only the road we tried. Bitter the chastity ride.
You see?
Felt in days when the hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat. Have not our weary feet come to the place for which our father sighed.
Yep.
Ben was about to start preaching. Rebecca, I was about to get up.
Hey.
I felt that in my son or not. Hey,
you see? It's different. And it's
why are we so black?
This is what I'm saying. We live in a different America. We literally had to be such a different America. And this is why our music and the way we sing it has more, like, you see, Ben, you felt that when I sing "Proud to be an American," I feel like they're literally it's like they're stripping pieces of us away every time.
Yeah.
Every time. It's more of our rights being taken away, and they're celebrating that. When we sing those songs, we're singing, dang, I hate that I had to go through so much in my damn life, but I'm gonna keep pushing.
Right.
I live here and they ain't gonna take away my rights. I'm gonna fight for the next generation of Black. I'm gonna fight for the next generation of rights for my Black kids. That's what I hear when we sing those songs. That's American as hell. And that's protecting our culture, our peace, and our rights.
So. Yeah. So we only got 3 minutes here. The moral of the story is we see the games y'all playing, Democrats. You got Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema as the foil, right? They're the opposite end to make you look good. Joe Biden, you can blame you can blame Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema all you want, but at the end of the day, it's all a game. Because if we don't get rid of the filibuster, that's a wrap for democracy. But if you get rid of the filibuster, that means you actually got to deliver for the people. So the real question is, and we did the poll, I don't know if we'll get some real-time polling data and be able to report it to you. But at the end of the day, the question is we're trying to figure out if y'all are going to do right by us.
Period.
Black people, we want to know very specifically, are you going to do right by Black people? Because if not, then we know what time it is. And then the people in general, you guys are playing around with democracy itself. And in order to protect your friends on Wall Street and in order to protect capitalism, you are waging democracy. You're really here's your bet. You placed a bet on the table, Democrats. You're saying you don't believe Republicans will destroy democracy. Republicans are like,
King said, till you do right by me. Yes.
That's exactly right.
And I'm Haitian and I got nails on. So till you do right
by black folks. This country.
Everything you do gon' fed.
And this Kentucky for being a rattler. Shout out to my
all right. Every time I see it.
I love it when the plan comes together. Oh, James, go ahead and bring up the music, man. We're gonna bring up the music. It's a good place.
I love you guys so much. I hope that you guys enjoy yourself. Bubba's gonna play some music to take us out. And for those who are listening, our listening audience, I apologize for the singing.
No,
we were off key. We'll get it back next time.
Right.
I was off key. I couldn't find the key. I couldn't. It was so make sure you don't have ear plugs in, y'all, but just get it right.
Oh, Rebel Day. I hear it. Hey.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. I mean it.
But that poison's gonna kill you from the inside out. So right now,
we thank y'all so much again, y'all. Damn good show today. Y'all. If you have not joined already, make sure that you do patreon.com/like it or not. Patreon.com/like it or not, y'all.
It's my time to ride. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to ride it out. It's my time.
Also, y'all, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, y'all. Instagram and Facebook at Like It or Not Show. Like It or Not Show on Instagram and Facebook, y'all. Love y'all. Give y'all the rest of this song. Get this day started, man. Like It or Not. Love y'all so much.
I know. I'm still fly. Let's go. It could all be worse. I could be a hater like you. It could all be worse. Close to make the man, but that poison's gonna kill you from the inside out. It's time to say it with your chest now. Say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to ride it out. It's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to ride it out. It's my time to ride.
Make sure you're quite welcome. You know I got to
walk, say yeah. Everybody's going somewhere. Young or old, I really don't care. Life has never really been fair. So put your fist up in the air. Say yeah. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to ride.
All right, y'all. That's gonna do it for the show today. Make sure that y'all tune in tomorrow, man. Another great ass show coming up, y'all. It's Like It or Not. On behalf of Benjamin Dixon, Rebecca Azor, and myself, James Bubba Williams, aka DJ Exclusive, aka DJ XPC, and don't forget our brother David, y'all. Love y'all. We mean it. We will see y'all in the morning.